This is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our one-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Japan. We can also be heard on the internet at www.rri.ro Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn and via satellite Eurosat 16A on 11,512 MHz vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. Symbol rate 29,950 mega symbols per second. Standard DVB-S2, modulation 8 PSK, audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions.
Hello, I'm Cristina Matescu with the news. First, the headlines. Romania's minority government, led by the Liberal Florin Câțu, fell after a vote of no confidence in Parliament. Romania sees record numbers of new coronavirus infections as daily cases passed 15,000 on Tuesday. And scientists Siucuro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi share Nobel Prize in Physics. Romania's minority government, formed by the National Liberal Party and the Democratic Union of Ethnic Hungarians in Romania, fell on Tuesday after a vote of no confidence in Parliament. The motion against the government was initiated by the Social Democrats in opposition and also got the votes of the Save Romania Union, itself in the coalition government until not long ago, and the Alliance for the Union of Romanians. The motion got 281 votes in favour, with the minimum required number being 234. Romanian President Klaus Iohannis said he would invite political parties for consultations next week and called for maturity and responsibility. He emphasized that Romania is in crisis, a crisis of the public healthcare system, of the energy prices, and now of government. He deplored the tensions between politicians and described the situation as complicated. The National Bank of Romania on Tuesday increased the key interest rate to 1.5% per year, the interest rate to encourage deposit to 1% per year, and the Lombard loan interest rate to 2% per year. The National Bank also decided to retain current levels of minimum reserve rates for liabilities in the national and foreign currency for lending institutions. In another move, the Romanian economy is forecast to see a growth rate of 4.3% this year, after shrinking by 3.9% last year, while next year it is estimated to grow by 4.1%, according to the World Bank's latest regional economic outlook published on Tuesday. Romania's economy did better than expected, according to the World Bank, by shrinking by 3.9% in 2020. A proactive but limited fiscal response of 4.4% of GDP helped companies retain their employees and fueled household incomes. However, the World Bank is expecting poverty to deepen in the short term because of the COVID pandemic. Romania saw a record number of new COVID cases since the start of the pandemic, as over 15,000 new infections from 77,000 tests were reported on Tuesday, as well as 252 new related fatalities. Some 14,500 people infected with COVID are receiving hospital treatment, and almost 1,500 are in intensive care, including 22 children. The incidence rate passed 10 per 1,000 inhabitants in Bucharest. On Tuesday, Romania activated the EU protection mechanism to be able to purchase tocilizumab, medication used in the treatment of COVID-19. The head of the Department for Emergency Situations, Raed Arafat, explained the decision to activate the mechanism, saying Romanian hospitals may run low on this drug in 2 or 3 weeks' time. He added that Romania is also considering asking for certain equipment, especially individual medical oxygenators. In another move, the European Medicines Agency approved the administration of the 3rd dose of the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine to people over the age of 18, saying that protection against COVID-19 may decrease in time after the first 2 doses. In Romania, the vaccine booster shot started being administered last week. Scientists Siukuro Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi on Tuesday were jointly awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. According to an announcement made by Goran K. Hansson, the Secretary General of the Swedish Royal Academy of Sciences, the 3 scientists were rewarded for their groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of complex physical systems. On Monday, American researchers David Julius and Ardem Pataputian won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering how our bodies feel heat and touch. The Nobel Award season continues with the prize in chemistry on the 6th of October, literature on the 7th, peace on the 8th, and economics on the 11th. And that was the news.
Romanian authorities are taking emergency measures to fight the pandemic which overwhelms the health system. I'm Elena Enake with more on this topic in a report by Daniela Budu. Romania is almost at the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of new infections of people who need hospital treatment and intensive care is going up at an alarming pace. Almost all 1,500 intensive care beds in hospitals across the country have been occupied. There are almost twice as many patients in critical condition as a week ago, while the death toll is also high. The huge pressure on the medical system prompted authorities to suspend for 30 days surgeries and hospitalization of non-COVID patients who are not emergencies. The head of the Department for Emergencies, Raed Arafat, explains the decision.
Este una din soluțiile care s-a aplicat în foarte multe țări când au fost probleme serioase.
It is one of the solutions applied in many countries when the situation became critical and the pandemic wave was very serious, such as the one we now experience. So we had to issue an order valid for 30 days, according to which medical unit